Hello from Safonovo. This is a podcast Pigeon of Peace where we do discuss some skills of troubleshooters. Watch, listen, and check the description below for the details. Let's talk about talent management and let's start with the definition.
Talents, it's a very good word, and its name come from the piece of the ancient money. It was a story. Three slaves were given by the very big amount of money, and name of this coin was talent. And one of these slaves just dig it into the ground and forget about this. And in Russian language, there is even a saying, you dig your talent. Another person was using it for yourself on behalf of others and became very famous. So talent in something is something which is given from your birth. So you have not applying any efforts, but suddenly you have ability to sing, or maybe to run, or maybe to write programs or create some commercial ads. So if you beloved by God and you have the touch of the God by this kind, you could be one of two cases. First, you are talented and you could apply your abilities to your job, to your work. Or another, you will be just picky and needy, and you will just ask, okay, I need a lot of for myself, and then I would create something very special.
Well, and I do believe the moment you realize you have at least something, you also need to realize that God owes you no more. So it's you on your own. And if you want to become a talent, at least, like you want to be not a blip on the dot, but you want to put on someone's map, you put on someone's, like plans. What kind of things, basic one, when I'm saying basic one, it's like a hygienic minimum you need to have in order to be at least noticed.
First, you should understand what result from you are expected, because sometimes I have employee or I have um, people around me, and they replace of what I need for what they could provide. For example, I would say, okay, you should make call to our clients to remind them that they should come to the dentistry. But suddenly, girl would say me, okay, I have already wrote those messages down in Telegram, this kind of messenger. And I will say, yes, but we are always calling to those people because sometimes they couldn't read Telegram because they are busy and they have too many messages. Those people could be called. But no, I'm afraid I know how to do it and so on. So if you are not able, you should tell it when you will have this поручение.
Errands.
Sorry, once more.
It's errands.
Oh,
Errands.
I did not heard errands. Okay, thank you. You will have this errands, so you should provide it or to give it to another one. But if you will see to the girl, it's very beautiful and she has a very good statue and so on. And she think, okay, I am a queen. So no one could give an order so queen. Or for example, I would talk to the doctors and they say, come on, okay, there is no need to invite Dr. A because she will do just small procedure. You are Dr. B, not first or second. You're just another doctor, but you on the spot. Can you please do something for the client? And suddenly doctor will say, okay, I can do, but it's very easy for me. I am much higher than this. So for no money, I will do this. And at this point, I will think, okay, I should fire you.
Oh yeah, and sometimes, as you rightfully say, people may have certain competences, or sometimes they may not be even aware that like this is expected. And yes, I would say probably if we at the certain level, it could be like instructions because I don't believe there's like any instruction for CEO. This is because why they were hired because they should know what to do. So when it comes, let's probably look at some sort of like a middle level. Let's say there is a multiple talents and we do want to encourage them and maybe like we do have instructions, we do have goals, we do have KPIs, but we do also want to communicate, hey, this behavior is good, this competence more or less is good, or vice versa. Like if they do something bad, at least we should highlight it maybe, or maybe we should say nothing. So again, it's like a signal versus nose. So whether there should be any policy in the company helping to like navigate, it's probably like when you're sailing and you see, okay, there is like a storm and there is like a light, so at least you should lean towards the light. Should something like this exist in the company?
Okay, let's talk in a military language. Okay, you have an army, and this army marching and doing their exercise, but you have also special ops, and they do not want to do what you ask. They will fight, they will drink, sometimes they will even broke the law, but you know that they are best, and if you have a very special assignment, they will do this best. The same would be in the business. Some people are like an army and they could do the just usual duties, but no miracles. But if you want miracles, you need talents. But talents do not want to march. So you always should to understand that you have like a zoo of different animals. And if you want a lion, you should understand that the lion wouldn't obey you. For example, you have a lot of monkeys and they will do what you will show because they have just fun, just after repeating the same routine.
And when it actually comes to, like probably picking or calibrating your talents, or maybe, like probably showing them the way, because, like ambitious people, probably they will say, comment into the company, and they will say like, hey, what is waiting for me in the next 5 years, or whatever kind of question they may have. So how to, I would say, change your role from babysitter to, I would say, like a staff sergeant using the army technology, so that, like at least, those people have the right skills to do the right job and do it with the right conditions.
Several minutes before we start our recording, it was a question in Teams from one of people of School of Troubleshooters. It was almost the same, and I told him, okay, if you want to think what will be happen in 5 years, you should pretend that you are making a film and just make a scenario for 5 years, and then use your virtual camera and start to film it, and then you will understand at some points you have gaps. You don't know what to do, what to say, and what people should be in a, I know how to say, in the spot, в
On the
кадре,
spot, yeah.
on the spot. Okay, thank you. So, so if you will meet talented people, sometimes they will say, "Oh, come on, we are unusual, so we want to have unusual way." And you say, "Okay, let's go." For example, if you do not want to go directly to the paramount peak, then we'll go in a very swift way. And people will say, yes, but this is just a waste of time and waste of resources. Okay, you want direct, but direct is quite usual. So always people will understand that if you know what to do, if you know the path, and it is just direct and strict, it is much easier to achieve. But very often people do not know what they want. And some talented people during my business experience, they were asking for very strange thinking. For example, they will say, I want to have a tree in the room I'm sitting. Okay, you will have a tree. I want to have a chair from the red wood. Is it okay to say red wood, красное дерево?
Redwood, yes.
Okay, Redwood. And it was IT guy. His name was Sergey. And once he came to my office very proud of himself and says, Oleg, I have already ordered a special table from the China. And it is made from marble. And there would be not legs of this table, but it would be lions. You know, it's very, very popular monuments. Usually it stands before the restaurant. One is man, lion, which is just standing, and another would be lioness, and it is quite easy to understand because under one arm it would be small lion baby, and lion baby would lay on the back, and the mother and the son would touch themselves by the legs. So it's very understandable. And I asked him, and how much should we pay for it? And he tell me the sum. Yes, okay, it was not too much, but I told him, this table will not help you work more intensely, so you should pay it by yourself. And it was a huge quarrel, and we were even forced to go to some ethic commissions to say if it is okay and no. So sometimes those people who have a talent, they will say, okay, I want to have just avian water, or I have just cashew peanuts every day on my table, or I want to drink just selected tea, and you could do nothing. You just accept it, and they will be happy for a very short period of time, or they will leave because they feel themselves not comfortable at the office.
Well, I wonder if sometimes it leads to the great spikes of the productivity and resultativity or like any outcomes right after that. And sometimes, yes, as you rightfully say, there could be, let's again, like stick to the army terminology, there could be like a veterans who already did a couple of accomplishments, and hence they also will have like a tendency to, like use their previous wins in order to make sure, hey, I can do a bit more. And at a certain point of time, it probably will be the time to let them go. So again, like how it should be balanced, because either it should be like, hey, there are different people, but some people a bit more different, some people a bit more, like a equal, some people more like a privileged, or vice versa. It should be like a very strict, and if anyone bends the rule, they should be out.
It's a good word, privileged. I was working for ADG company, and we were on the project with Daniel Schmidt. And when we were invited, I noticed that some people breaking the rule all the time. And I asked, what those people, what they do? And it was a very strange answer. Those are corporate ninjas. They are working from the very start. So they have a right to break all the rules because all rules was written by them. Okay, and then it was a small situation. We should go to London to one conference, and then we should provide several speeches. And I tried to rehearse with those people their pronouncement and so on. And then I denied. I said, "Come on, guys. Maybe you are just talented. Maybe you are just have good knowledge, but you are not impressive on the scene. You are just very sad. You are just very pretending, and no one would believe that we build something very special. It is about new kind of cinema with, I don't know how to say, with a roof that could be used. Эксплуатируемая крыша.
Usable or utilizable roof.
Usable or utilizable roof. So it would be like grass, it would be like trees, it would be a lot of different special spots like with ice cream and some other stuff. Yes, and it was also a huge protest. It was a huge sabotage from the side of this ninja, and I was asked by the shareholders, okay, you should deal with them somehow. Okay, maybe put them to make speeches in small rooms, maybe for another kind of auditorium, but please do not offend them. And I asked, yes, but why do we need them? And it was an answer: we don't need them, but they are too stinky.
Well, yeah, sometimes you also need to consider different qualities of the people. And then my last question will be how knowing about talent management could help to make this world a better place.
Okay, maybe I was quite ignorant and maybe some kind of hypocritic during this recording, but for sure talents are quite useful, and sometimes they will provide a very good results and very good ideas, and they sometimes could make safety procedures for our company. So you should understand that not all people could stand in the row and could just obey the orders, and you should have several voices. And one of voices you should save for such kind of people. And also you have a lot of patience, because sometimes they would not behave as adults, and you should deal with spoiled childs, but sometimes it's worth it.
And we review the skill of talent management and how it could be helpful for you. Stay in peace.